Welcome, everybody. I want to make sure that I take the time out to welcome you, and it's a pleasure being here again with you on this fine Thursday. Was the 25th September? We're rolling right along, and I have some exciting news. Well, it's not exciting, maybe not for you, but it's exciting for me. I'm actually moving over to LinkedIn and school because I find out the networking is so much better now. The subscriber network will still be on Facebook for some of you who don't have school. Some of you don't have LinkedIn. So, I will still be here, but I'll only be posting maybe twice, three times a week in my subscribers group. I'm still going to help you every step of the way, no matter what. With that being said, I still want to give you a definitive way of generating leads for your business, no matter what your business is. And there's certain things or certain levels that you can take it to make sure you have business growth in your business. Now, one of the best ways that I'm generating leads now is, you have to know your customer. You have to know your product as well. So when you know these two things inside out, you want to know them inside out. Ask questions. It's one of the biggest and best ways that you can go along with as far as generating the qualified leads. Remember, you hear a lot of people say it's a numbers game. Just get them all into your lead magnet, and whatever falls out the bottom is your leads or prospects. But do they generally convert, or do they actually buy into your business, or do they actually convert so well that they actually buy in, or they bring more people with them? Now, there's different ways that you can go about, finding your ideal client, but you have to ask questions. Here, I want you to try something today. It doesn't have to be much, but I want you to put together a sort of questionnaire, something that you can ask your prospects, if you're into networking like that. And I have a definitive way to show you how to get these things done, how you can actually, onboard, well, not onboard, but you can actually find your ideal client without doing the heavy lifting. So just for example, I'm going to use my business for example. I'm a lead generation strategist, and why I became a lead generation strategist is because I've had countless, and I want to say countless, businesses that I bought into, as far as, or programs or services that I bought into, that I kind of like made it mine, or adopted mine, or actually paid it straight out, and it belongs to me. Good businesses, money makers, something to put some money in your pockets, even if that, after all that, you have one business. Okay. If you want to generate leads for that one business, here's something that you can do. I'm going to talk about my business right now because generally generating leads is very big and is very high on my list of things to do for my business. So I ask a whole load of questions in something called like an assessment, and I use that for a lead magnet. And one of the three questions I have is like, what are your outcomes you expect from lead generation? Because if I'm to help somebody with their lead generation, I need to know exactly what they're looking for as far as, okay, from a funnel standpoint. You got the top of the funnel here, and then you got the bottom of the funnel where your conversion rates are. And people don't normally convert until they get to around the middle of your funnel. I ask them what outcome they're looking for as far as lead generation, because I need to know, I need to have that feedback with the transformation of what they think they want or what they know they want. So once I get that and I compile that against everybody else that has taken this assessment, I furthermore know or have a better idea of what kind of customers I have and what's my ideal customer going to look like. They will tell you their pain points. They will tell you things like, okay, what I'm expecting is, to convert more leads. But how do you exactly do that? So this questionnaire is perfect for that. Question number two, what are your current conversion rates from landing page to thank you page, bridge page, or to sales? Now, a lot of them don't know the percentage rates or the click-through rates or the conversion rates. And this is where I come in at, because this is actually what I do. But this is me trying to get an idea of, okay, if they don't know what they're looking at, if they don't know their conversion rates, if they don't know what their click-through rates is, the cost per lead is, then, they're just throwing money at the wall and hoping it sticks. It's not going to stick everywhere, because you can throw money at anything and it's not going to stick, and you just be throwing money away. So this is where I come in with my business. And now I further know how to help them as well as, okay, this is your cost per lead. This is your cost per click. This is your cost per acquisition and so forth and so on. But there's a lot of metrics that you don't need to be looking at that they do look at. It's seemingly pointless, but they don't know that. That's why I'm a metric strategist. I'm a metric specialist, and I try to help them along the way as far as lead generation. The last question I asked them, what do you need help with when it comes to lead generation? This is actually a follow up to question number one, because the more they know about their business, the more I can see where I can help them. But if they don't know any of these questions or they don't know any of these answers, then it's up to me to try to do my best to say, okay, this is what I have for you. Now, what I normally do is give them, I want to say, a quick win, something they can do right away, something actionable they can do right away. And when I do that, what it does is build trust almost immediately because it'll be like, okay, I never tried this. Let me try this and I'll get back to you and see if it works. When it works, it's like, okay, what else does he have? Now, I'm not into selling anybody right off because that's not what I do. So what I do is I will give them that quick mini win, give them about a week and let them try it out. And what I do in my nurture sequence, email marketing, that's almost to the middle of the funnel, is I start giving them little tidbits of information of how, they can do A to B and get C as an outcome. There's a lot of things that I see in the marketing field today that everybody has a product, but they don't know how to market that product. Why? Because they don't understand the product or they don't know too much about the product. All they know is that, okay, it's good. Somebody else is making money off it. I can do it too. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. So with that being said, I give them a little, I want to say, a thought process, and I would ask them, would you like to see how your business can succeed by doing something simple? Something simple, After they get to that question and they start the gears turning in their head, we're like, yeah, I would love something simple because, hey, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. It's not saying that it doesn't work. You have to be consistent in whatever you do. Now, if you're not consistent in anything, it's never going to work. So, and you're always going to have a problem. So what I suggest you do is take this assessment test. Let me see where you're at in your business, and let me see if I can help you in your business. If I can help you in your business, I will let you know right out front, hey, this is not something that I can help you with. This is uh I want to say kind of problem. That's further along down the line. But if you're having initial problems as far as, getting people into your business, getting people acquainted with your business or product or service that you might be selling, then this is what I'm here for. Now, I often lead with, or tell people about, the quickest way to offer services or promote a product is to find out the pain that somebody is going through in their business or having their business. Pain sells. Now, I'm not asking you to go out and, research 100 people. No, 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 no. The quickest way to sell a service or sell a product that you might have that is a fire product, the best thing to do is learn more about their product. Once you learn more about that product, then you can build up an avatar for your customer base or your ideal customer. Now, I must warn you, a lot of people in the industry right now are saying, okay, it's a numbers game. I have this product that's going to uh, help you make money and you have to be consistent. It's mixed messaging. Now, if you dial it back just a little bit, and you find out, okay, my product solves XYZ. And if it solves XYZ, what is the pain of X, Y, and Z? Now, you don't have to use all those XYZs. Just use one. Just use one. Okay. You want to find that ideal client for that one solution that you can fix, for that one transformation that you can give. Now, you don't have to, there could be a product that solves 300 problems. So are you going to solve 300 problems or you just want to solve one? Think about that. Take time to think about that. Now, when you solve that one problem, you're going to be known as the authoritative figure in that niche of solving that one problem. Now, here is the thing a lot of people miss. If you remain solving just that one problem, Just that one problem. Once they come in your business or in your nurture sequence, everything else opens up. So think of it like this. I am a lead generation strategist. I've seen a lot of people over the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years jump from program to program to program. Why? It's because they've seen a lot of other people make money. They've seen a lot of other people say, okay, this service is for you. This solves this kind of problem. But I think the majority of the people that jumped into it was strictly there just for the money. So what I would do is sell to a mass of people. Okay. I'm going to sell to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Now, it could be a $300 product. It could be a $900 product. It could be a $1,500 product. No matter what, people are in it because they're comfortable and they said, okay, I can make my money back. When they quickly find out that they can make their money back, then it's always, okay, well, this is not working. So then, you know what? By all means, let me just scrap this project and jump to another product. And that's what many people get into with the shiny object syndrome. This is not working. Maybe I'll have definitive, winnings over here if I try this other product. And then next thing you know, $300 more dollars they spent on product B, and it's the same thing all the way down the line. And next thing you know, you have 4, 5, 6, 18 products, and you didn't sell anything. The best thing you can do is know your product. Once you know your product, then you can know what you're up against when you're trying to find your ideal client, as far as the pain, as far as the problem they may have, in their business. So every service or product you have is a solution, but you have to connect that with your ideal client. And I'm going to show you that in some of the upcoming lives or videos that I put out, because there's something that needs to be said and there's something that you can do about it. Before you find another product and say, okay, well, I want to do this. Take time to think about what is your niche. Take time to think about what is my product. And then take time to think about, okay, how am I use my niche and that product to find my ideal prospect? Now, this is not one of those things where you say, okay, my niche is digital marketing. My product solves, email marketing and how to email marketing, and you shoot them a course and, no, that's not how you do it. So I think the next video is safe to say that, one, we're going to identify your niche. Two, we're going to actually find a product that you are familiar with, or that you know more about, or that you know in depth of. Three, we're going to put it all together, and then we're going to find out, okay, let's say, for instance, I have a niche, I have a goal, I have a niche, and I have a product that I wanted to get out to these kind of people, not beginners. I see a lot of people make mistakes, say, okay, this is beginner friendly, this is all for beginners. Well, beginners, there's a lot of beginners, but beginners don't know what they need because they're beginning, Everything opens up as a beginner because I need this, I need this, I need this. And when in fact, that's not your ideal client. So we're going to narrow it down in the next video, and I'm going to actually put up a workshop. We're going to do a workshop. If you agree to that, then we can, whether it's one-on-one or a group basis, we can do a workshop so we can narrow it all down, and we can make sure that, we go from A to Z. That workshop can be put together, let's say in a group setting, it'll be about 2 hours. One-on-one, it's going to be maybe an hour and 30 minutes max. So if you're into that, if you really want me to make a workshop about your business, then, I'm willing to do that for free, but time is of the essence. Let me know, and I'll give you hour and a half, 2 hours of my time. Not a problem. So I'm not going to hold you up here because I know you got other things to do as far as business. So if you're into getting more leads for your business, of course, there's a simple way that I mentioned above. So DM me and I'll let you know about the simple way. This is not a sales process. I'm not going to sell you unless you need this product. But let's do an online audit of your business and we can go from there. But until then, this is Lamar Brathwaite. I'm signing off and letting you know that there's help in the metrics field. Metrics can show you the way.